We made a huge mistake with our spray foam insulation, which cost us time, money, and delayed our project by 2 weeks. This is what went wrong and how we fixed it while balancing life with 2 little kids. This is my husband using a DIY spray foam. This is in the attic, and he did the second floor as well. The application process was dirty, messy, and actually quite difficult, and resulted for us with an inconsistent result. We tried a DIY spray foam and it didn't work out for us. We made a costly mistake in both time and money. Just happened to not read the directions properly, and we ended up having a few gaps like this where it just didn't stick. So there's just a big hole here, and then some of it turned out great, some of it didn't turn out as we were hoping. So here we are putting in fiberglass bats to fix our mistake and hopefully have a well insulated home. It's not like we're gonna have a horribly insulated home, because anything is better than what was here, which was nothing. So we have spray foam, an inconsistent result, so we are just covering our bases and installing some more fiberglass insulation. And this is a job that I don't really need my husband for, so that is huge. He did the spray foam, I'm doing the fiberglass, and it's just a bummer to have an inconsistent result, and one that ultimately resulted in us having to spend more money to insulate the home, because the spray foam was not cheap. Part of our mistake with our spray foam is that we assumed that the spray foam would fill the whole cavity rather than the 2 inches that it was supposed to. If we realized that, we would have done it right after we gutted the house, but instead we had to spend a few extra days installing insulation in the attic and floor 2, because remember, floor 1 is still in the demo phase. I will tell you that this was one of the gut-wrenching parts of this renovation, because instead of being able to move in before Thanksgiving, it pushed us back a full 2 weeks. And then drywall was its own fiasco, which you'll hear more about in an upcoming episode. Now, installing insulation in this attic was such a teamwork process, because obviously our kids were around and they were playing by themselves. So one of us was up on the ladder, one of us was cutting pieces to fit, and it really was like a team effort. And just know it was days of getting all itchy and sweaty and climbing up and down a ladder. So this was me just insulating by myself. So it's pretty easy to cut through insulation. You just need a utility knife. It's best if you can squish as much as you can down as you're cutting it, and then it just comes right apart. And then you just shove it in your wall cavity. It became a problem when our wall cavities were too big because of the balloon framing, which I will talk about more during drywalling and things like that. So while Tyler was away on a hunting trip this fall, I installed some drywall blocking in various parts of the house while my kids just played alongside of me. What I love about my kids is they entertain themselves most of the time. And it's really important to me that I'm not their source of entertainment. So if we're working on the house, they often just play right alongside of us and with whatever we are doing. My daughter, however, does not like the sound of the air compressor, and who can blame the girl? I really love that I was able to make progress on this beautiful sunny day. After I finished adding the headers and the closet doors, I got to work on blocking in the bedroom. The floor joists are not evenly spaced, so in order to have something to nail the drywall to, we need to add blocking in here. There are a few other spots that needed it as well, like in the corners and in the walls. This is the beautiful thing about owning an 1890s home, is that renovations become dry when you're making improvements, but also find the imperfections in the build. Like, this home was built well over 100 years ago, so there are things like balloon framing, uneven spacing, and studs that you typically wouldn't see with a new build, because luckily the codes have evolved, which I appreciate. It will be nice for when we do go to build a new home that everything will be nice and square and hopefully level, because that is not the case in this home. So aside from insulation, we also needed to run PEX water lines before we install the drywall, which Tyler did most of that while I was at work. So it was always fun to come home and see what he got done that day, especially when it came to the PEX plumbing, because I've never seen it before. And he said it was so easy and he would do it again. And he actually really enjoyed the plumbing part of this. And as always, we learned so much when it came to installing plumbing and just this whole renovation process in general. This is the bathroom. We have our shower plumbed. I don't think there's much that needs to be finished here. That's so exciting. It actually feels like we might actually move in here at some point, so that's really exciting. I'm just gonna work on cleaning up the floors and getting prepped for drywall, because as you can see, insulation is pretty much done. We have insulation, check. We have water lines run, check. What's next is drywall. That means we're like days then away from mudding, taping, painting, and moving in. So I kind of feel like the rest of this can just be vacuumed up, which is sweet. I just can't believe that we're so close to like having coverings on our walls and stuff. Like, we're gonna have drywall so soon. That's so exciting. I feel like it was a long way to get here, and it's here. It's so close. I can't I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of stinking us for getting here. I mean, I'm really itching to decorate for Christmas. I don't even know where I'd put a tree in here. I am just so excited. I'm so excited to just have a kitchen, to have a kitchen table, to eat breakfast, to eat meals with my family around a table, to have rooms to sleep in my bed, to see all my clothes, to have a place for my kids to just call home for a while. And it's so exciting. Like, I can see the end in sight, and you're getting so close, and it's just, I'll have a stove, a full fridge, a freezer, a kitchen sink that's bigger than the size it is right now. I'm so close to being at that point of moving in, and I'm just so proud of all the work that we've done. Now that the insulation is finished and we now have the drywall up here after 56 flights of stairs later, we are ready for drywall, which I can see the finish line and it is so exciting. I hope you join us next time as we share our drywall experience. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.